Family, good morning. It is Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? Today is Wednesday. It is December 17th. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for joining me today on the program. As we get things started, I got to check in, all right? The confidence level, is it high? Is it mid? Is it low? Just a couple more days before we got Alabama taking on Oklahoma, all right? You will hear from Coach Deboer later on today. I'll walk you through the program. Today will be a call-in show. So let me kind of get through my opening segment, and we'll take some calls. We'll have some fun today on Bama Football on YouTube. It was a big news day yesterday, right? I mean, you had kind of one thing after another. You had the commitment while we were live on air with the signee and Josh Ford, the tight end. We'll touch on that just a minute. In the evening portion of the day, you had some pretty big news. Find out who's going to be Alabama's new wide receiver coach. I'll talk about Derek Nix as well. I think that was a really big get for the Crimson Tide, and I know there's not a lot of positivity coming out of kind of the barn, but I started thinking about it. I was like, this was a really smart hire by Alabama head football coach Deboer, right? So, in this morning, I was asking, look, there's a lot at stake going into this Friday night game. So I was asking people, and I might ask you here in a minute about Coach Deboer's approval rating right now going into this playoff game. This is a big-time playoff game, right? There's a lot at stake, and curious to get your take on that. So all that and more right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate y'all, and thank you very much for waking up with us on Wake Up Bama. It's been very successful, and one of the things that, look, I might not be the best content creator, whatever, But I think, like, one of the things that I'm really good at is consistency. And I think people appreciate that. And I think, like, you're consistent, I'm consistent. And that's kind of, a method that I found that always works, right? Is like, if you're consistent on things, then things, it's like sticking to the process. Like, you got to change different things. And I'm always, fixing things and changing things for the YouTube channel because I'm responsible for every single thing. So I know I can control consistency and performance. That is something that Coach Saban always spoke about. So trying to implement that even into my daily game right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Let me adjust the camera real quick, right? I mean, everything has to be so. All right, so thank you so much for kicking it with me this morning right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Let's see who's up in the house today. Got a good crew in so far. We got Dano. What's up, man? Good to see you as always. We got Bruce Williams. We have Army. Good to see you, Army, up inside the comment. I don't know what happened to our usernames because at one point they changed to what they are today, and then they never, like the last time they came back, but this time they just, I don't know. I guess this is how we're gonna live, which is fine. Hey, Josh, what's up, man? Good to see you inside the comment box. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining us on today's program as well. Broderick, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Ty will rise. Good to see you. Crystal Jones, almost playoff time. Thanks for kicking in with us. We have Bama girl, Alyssa, what's up? Thank you very much for kicking in with us. This morning we got Young C. We got Miss Careless as well. We have Jarvis. We have Jarvis. I see you up on side the Wake Up Bama podcast, man. What time is everybody waking up these days? It seems like everybody's waking up. I didn't realize that everybody was waking up as early as I was, right? Because I was like, well, who knows who's going to be waking up at that time? But people get going early. Respect that. I found you wake up earlier, it's just a better start to your entire day. And I'm not against sleeping in at all. Like if you're still sleeping right now, don't be ashamed, okay? I get it. Working schedule for see, look at everybody inside the comment box. You guys are waking up super early. All right, yeah, 5:30. That's early, right? All right, this is my morning crew, which I appreciate. All right, North Alabama Storm Chase has it like this on Friday. Something to watch with this game, fam, is the wind. Now, over here we have our little wind indicator, but I think it was Max Tooney said that we could have maybe 25-mile-an-hour winds. I was like, oh, man, 25 is a lot for a wind. That can affect the ball in flight, right? So for the tailgate, 53, right? You have a game time of 51 and the fourth quarter 50. So, I mean, that's actually really enjoyable for football. Even for fans, that's a nice temperature. You take on a jacket, you take on a little vest, like something like I have right here, and I think like you're good to go, right? What's going on with that camera? I expected this game to be freezing. It's certainly not going to be cold. It's going to be really nice. And then, look, Alabama, then, the winner of this game goes out to the Rose Bowl. Did anybody go out to the Rose Bowl when they last played Michigan? I went out there. I thought it was really nice. And I had lived in Los Angeles, and I had never been out to the Rose Bowl before. I thought it was really nice, but it did get cold out there, surprisingly, like really cold. As you saw, this is the official injury report. This came out yesterday. This will come out tonight again, Thursday and Friday. I think we have a pretty good gauge on Alabama's injury report. I see Josh Cuevas over there on the right as questionable. He's going to play on Friday, right? They're probably just making the finishing touches to him and making sure he's really good to go. But I would imagine that he's 100% playing on Friday. There's no way that Josh Cuevas isn't playing in this game. Now, how healthy is he? That's probably a really good question. And that would be a great question for him. Like, Josh, you're back. How you feeling? Are you close to 100%? Right? That's important. Poor Danny Lewis, man. That guy has been banged up all season, unfortunately. And then on the left, you got the normal guys that have been out most of the season, right? Cam, Ja Latham, Dre, Kevin Riley with the jaw, and then Jeremiah Beeman. And then the biggest question, we've talked about this, I don't know, for 5 days, is LT Overton and just trying to figure out what is going on with him. And look, I fully understand that's kind of like, his stuff, but it is a mystery. Usually you hear stuff, and I've heard all sorts of rumors. I heard all sorts of rumors about Ty Simpson, who, by the way, isn't on the injury report. But there were so many things about Ty, and now I'm hearing so many things about LT. Have you guys heard all the rumors about LT? It's crazy. It's just when people don't know what happened, right? They just kind of assume like something. It's always something other than what the coach says, right? For Oklahoma, here is their injury report. You have Jake Maluka over here. He's their center. He's going to play on Friday. That's what I've been told. Probable is Javonte Barnes, a running back. Out is still one of their best defensive backs. That's Gentry Williams. And then as you don't see on this board right here, are Mason Thomas. So, for example, like right here on Bama, if you don't see a player listed, then the player is healthy, right? So, like Jam Miller, he's not on here because he's healthy. He's playing. So, if you see someone out on here that's not here, that means they're good to go. Just to FYI, because I think a lot of people have like, well, where's this guy? We've been talking about him. So, our Mason Thomas will be playing. And kind of like zooming in specifically on players that are, super impactful for this game. Ty Simpson, once again, good to go. He's fine. He answered the question. The reporter didn't ask him specifically about his back, but Ty Simpson said, he kind of said that everybody's a little bit banged up at this point of the year, but Ty Simpson, good to go. Josh Cuevas, still listed as questionable, but I would imagine that, he's playing on Friday night. As I said, Jam Miller, good to go. And then LT Overton listed as doubtful. I would imagine at some point in time, they move him from doubtful to out for Friday night's game. And then, as I just said, for the injury report, this guy right here. I don't know where he's going to be lining up, all right? But you got to be ready for this guy, our Mason Thomas, all right? For the playoff factors, yesterday I asked you, who should we add to the board? We have officially added Josh Cuevas. Do you feel that this was a good add? Is there anyone else that I could have thought to put here at the X Factor for this weekend's game, for Friday night's game? Right? Other than Josh, I think that was the right add to make. I mean, he had a really nice game. He was playing really like peaking at the right time before he went out. So good to have him back. And Eric is asking what's the issue with LT Overton. I still don't know, bro. Like, I hear all the rumors. I've heard everything from blood clots to what else did I hear? I heard pneumonia. But unless it comes from Coach Kalen Deboer, then nothing is official. And Coach Kalen Deboer doesn't have to say exactly what it is. He just said illness, and that's that. So what else did I hear? I heard something else that he got into. I don't know. I don't even listen to kind of that stuff because it's just like Coach Kalen Deboer is, that's his team. So he just illness, and that's it. Hopefully he makes it back, and hopefully he's okay. Because any type of illness that keeps you out for like 2 weeks, right? 3 weeks, you're like, man, shoot. So, but we added Josh Cuevas over here as our X factor. Adam points out pneumonia wouldn't last that long. Yeah. I mean, blood clots sound terrible. That's kind of like the rumor out there, but no idea. This is the biggest piece of news that came in yesterday was Alabama hires Derek Nix, all right, as the wide receiver coach. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say, assess this hire? 10 being elite, 9 being great, right? 7, you're like really good. 5, you're not happy about it. Anything below? I think it was a very good reception initially with Derek Nix. I think it was between Bama and Florida for him. But as you kind of go over the detail, this is a really, really good hire. And everyone's going to be like, well, of course, right? It's like Bama, everything's good here. Well, let's look at it from the facts, right? And then we can assess. All right, so the past 2 seasons as Auburn as the offensive coordinator, and he was really calling, the shots when Hugh Freeze got fired. So you look at let me ask you this. Did Auburn move the football against Alabama? Yes or no? They did. Jarvis, you pointed out, how many yards did they rack up? Was it 411 yards against Alabama? We don't really talk about that so much, but Auburn moved the ball against Bama. They really did. The quarterback, I knew he'd be a problem. If their receivers could catch, who knows how that game goes. So he was the OC, right? Past 2 years, that was like his title. Before that, he was at Ole Miss. He'd been at Ole Miss for a long time, but he was officially the wide receiver coach from 2020 to 2023, right? He's got a really strong connection to Kane Womack. I mean, those two go back, I don't know, since they were like in grade school. And they even coached together. I think Womack's sister was a surrogate for Nix and his wife. So these guys are like ultra connected. He's from the state of Alabama, right? Which I think is a huge benefit. I think that's one of the smarter pieces right there, because you want someone from here who understands, Alabama, who can relate to the in-state prospects. It's like you're taking care of your backyard as well, right? Jay, if you're just joining us, Derek Nix and Kane Womack are like super tight. They've known each other since like they were little kids. They even coached together at Ole Miss. I mean, family tie-ins. I love that he's from Alabama. I think that's huge. He's a very experienced recruiter, talent developer. And then I think these last 2 points right here, does that mean that Cam Coleman and Malcolm Simmons automatically become transfer portal targets? I would say yeah. I mean, Cam and Malcolm Simmons, each of those guys are from Alabama. I don't know if you saw, but as soon as Derek Nix is kind of, posted on X that he was coming to Bama, Sadarian Morgan retweeted it with, a happy face. Well, where Sadarian Morgan and Malcolm Simmons played together. So Dano says big upgrade over Shep. I like Jamarcus Shepard. I've pretty much liked the wide receiver coaches. Did you see, by the way, that Holman Wiggins, the wide receiver coach before Shep, he's going to be the new offensive coordinator for Texas A&M, right? That's big for him. But yeah, I would think that Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, those guys are certainly transfer portal targets immediately because this is their guy. They're from Alabama. There's a lot of tie-ins. There's a lot of connections. And plus, the other thing is, alongside of that, is look at the quarterbacks that Alabama has. Right? You want to play for those type of quarterbacks. And you want to play for, I think, this type of offense still. Daniel points out no on Coleman because he probably cost too much. That's another thing. He's going to come with a huge price tag. Malcolm Simmons is good. What did he catch for? 143 yards against Bama? So I think overall, this was a very smart hire. Really great. Really good pickup. And I think Alabama fans are happy. So Jamarcus Shepard moves on. He's a head football coach. And personally, I like Shepard. I liked the energy and kind of that juice. You know how we like to be hyped up. He seemed like a guy that would be fun to play for. And as he moves out, now you got Derek Nix coming in. So, big news for the Tide on Tuesday. Also, yesterday, while we were broadcasting live, you had Josh Ford. He transferred from Oklahoma State to Alabama. I mean, it's been a while since we get like really fired up about a tight end coming in. I think this specific transfer is more of like an inline blocking type tight end. 6'6", 260. And then you look to all the tight ends that they have on the roster. It's like, man, I counted 7 because 7 for 2026 because you're going to lose Josh Cuevas, right? You're going to lose Brody Dalton. That's 2. And then if you count up the rest, it equals 7. And one thing listening to, I think it was Courtney Morgan talking about the tight ends. They want tight ends that are, different. So you have to have an inline guy. You have to have your playmakers. And I think your playmakers are probably down here, the young guys. Caleb Edwards, Marshall Pritchett, Max Sutter. This guy's probably a blocking tight end, blocking tight end, blocking tight end, blocking tight end. And then playmakers right here. So, I don't know. Welcome on in. So, the other thing is, I mean, look at how big all the dudes are, right? 6'5", 250, 6'5", 251, 6'5", 252, 6'5", 255, 6'6". Like, people were like, man, Josh Ford is huge. He's a big dude coming in. I was like, yeah, almost as big as Caleb Edwards, who they already have as a freshman. Caleb Edwards is gigantic. He's 6'6", 265, and he's out there playing. Marshall Pritchett, he put on 20 pounds. He's more like a wide receiver type that put on a lot of weight, but he's 250. And then Max Sutter coming in, I mean, look, he's 230 and he's undersized. They will put 20 pounds on him. They will want him playing at 250, right? And now that I think you could have 105 scholarships, we might be busy in terms of welcoming transfers that just come in, right? I think it might be very, very busy. Like, as we continue to go through this bowl season and playoffs, you're going to have a lot of guys on the roster. I think we'll be doing this frequently, daily. All right. Going to take your calls in just a minute. As you know, video is powered by Sleeper. Promo code is Tailgate. Get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use the promo code Tailgate. If you just download the app, it's $20. You can play more or less Friday night between Alabama and Oklahoma. It's fun. So just download it and enjoy it. Sleeper is a really good product. I play fantasy football. You can even download it and get ready for your fantasy football next year. The promo code is Tailgate. Terms and conditions apply, available in 25 states. Definitely do it. Recommend it 100%. Today I'm asking you, I asked you yesterday about Ty Simpson. Today I'm asking you more or less for Ryan Williams. So I need your help inside the comment box. Will Ryan Williams catch for more than 46 yards? 46 yards. That's all we got right here. And Adam Lamparello, I'll get to your super chat in just a minute, which I appreciate. So more or less on Ryan Williams. And let me read you out his stats real quick. Right, he hasn't had the biggest year. The last couple of games, you see the pink represents where he didn't catch for over 46. So not against Georgia, although they went to him a few times. Not against Eastern Illinois. Last time they played, Oklahoma, interestingly enough, he caught for 45 yards, right? 72, 87. So, yeah. I mean, look, he had, in this teal color, he had a couple games. But other than that, right, he just hasn't had the season that we thought he was going to have. So, more or less for Ryan, type M for more, L for less on Ryan Williams. I don't know. This is a tough one. It's been tough to gauge Ryan this year. It clearly hasn't been the season that we wanted. I went on record many different times. I'm not going to sell him, period. I don't know the kid, nothing. I think I see playmaking ability in him. I saw positive things when they got the ball to him short, and they let his speed do the rest. I think he's a vertical wide receiver as well. And to be a vertical wide receiver, you got to be able to catch the ball, and he's been struggling in that area. I think it's more mental than anything. Hopefully he can spin out of it. And if he can't, he's going to get passed up. And the coaches and the quarterbacks will lose faith in him. I don't think we've reached that point right now because they're still targeting him in different situations. But he needs to turn it up 100% for himself, for the team, right? You want to win games. You have a weapon like this, you got to catch the ball. So for now, you can maybe use it as reverse rat poison. I'll say less. Hoping for more, but I'll say less on Ryan Williams. Hopefully he proves me wrong in this particular matchup. So let me get to this super chat. Let's see what we got here. We got Adam Lamparello, and he says this. Kyle, thank you for the super chat, by the way, man. Kyle, I feel like we need to get Oklahoma to declare coverage early. If we use an up-tempo offense and quick passes, it can neutralize their pressure and open the run game. You have a lot of weapons coming into this game, right, that are healthy, that you haven't had lately, and one that you had against them the last time. I think if you're Oklahoma, you definitely are worried about Josh Cuevas. You're worried about Jam Miller. Yeah? I mean, if Jam Miller is close to 100%, I mean, you got to account for him. I do want to see, and I do hope that if Oklahoma is loading, if they're coming after Ty, I'm just really hoping for some crossing patterns. Some short stuff across the middle just to get some momentum. Plus, I think those small plays could lead to explosives. That's the one thing is like this team does not have any explosive plays. You got to think at like some point during the season, right, that you're going to have like some rip-off plays. You don't. If Alabama scores, it's like methodically down the field, which is fine, but damn, like where are like 60-yard touchdowns off? Where are those at? So I love what you had to say inside the comment box. Neutralizing their pressure is going to be very important. They are going to absolutely fly at Ty, okay? Specifically with R. Mason Thomas back. That's terrifying. So the last time they played, Alabama put it on them. They had a lot of yards. They ran, they threw. It was just turnovers. And you know what they say? Turnovers will finish it, kill you. All right, with that said, I'll take your calls, 205-850-1994. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Later on today, you will get Coach Kalen Deboer one more time before Alabama heads to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners. I'll carry kind of the best of. I'll bring that to you as I see fit. And, of course, news as it happens. And then Wake Up Bama at 4 a.m. So that's kind of the ongoing schedule, and it's been great. I love covering the playoffs. I'm about the big game mentality. I believe in these guys. Call me crazy, but I honestly feel that Alabama's the better team than Oklahoma. They are mirror images of each other when you look at the stats, but I think Alabama's the better team. So trending today, if you want to call in, I asked Facebook what Deboer's approval rating is. Go over the injury report if you have questions. The new wide receiver coach, Derek Nix, just Oklahoma, Alabama straight up. Playoffs. or you got an early bold prediction, or whatever you got. You come with it. It's your show, and we'll take some calls right now, and we will start with 417. I think we'll go with Timothy. Timothy, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I have a few hypothetical questions. I've been thinking about it for the past like 12 hours, and I want the undefeated to answer it too.
Okay.
So hypothetical, I got it's a three-part question. So the question is, hypothetically, say that we lose Jay Miller to the NFL draft or whatever, and this is for the running back specifically. Say we lose Jay Miller, and like Draylen Washington transfers or he goes to the NFL or whatever, and Daniel Hill leaves, and we have like three running backs plus Xavier Crowell, which I believe will be starting next year. Do you think that we should get C.J. Baxter from Texas in the portal?
I've thought about that. I brought that up a couple different times. I think when you're looking at the running backs for next year, it's easy to get excited about the room, right? And you look to the fact that, like you said, you're going to lose Jam, you're going to lose Draylen Washington, and then you're kind of wondering, like, what do the other running backs do, right? Who are the other running backs that step up? Well, you have a freshman, right, clearly, and I think that freshman could certainly do damage. I'll bring it up right here. Here's the running back room in its entirety for now. And then, you got a new running back, Trayshawn Brown, and then you got Xavier Crowell. So if Jam is gone, Dre is gone, maybe Richard leaves, do you go for a veteran running back that comes in? Maybe so. I mean, look, Baxter did a good job. I mean, he was highly recruited. I think having a added veteran to come on in, it kind of matters if Baxter wants to be the featured guy or not. I don't think that this offense, unless Xavier Crowell is ready to go, is going to have like a featured back. I think they kind of want a running back by committee, which I'm not mad about. So good question though on Baxter. I've wondered that myself. I mean, he's talented in my mind. He's a veteran, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. What else you got, man?
All right, I got another question, and this with the wide receivers. I heard you were talking about earlier about Cam Coleman and Malcolm Simmons, but there's another person that I'm kind of like is on my radar. Would you rather have Cam Coleman or Nick Marsh from Michigan State? Because I think he has like 1,200 receiving yards with like 11 touchdowns, whatever, and he's bigger. I think he's taller, and he weighs more than Cam. So like I was thinking like what is your position on it? Would you rather have Cam Coleman or would you rather have Nick Marsh?
Well, probably Cam. I think he's probably going to cost a lot. I'm kind of liking the idea of, I know you didn't bring him up, but Malcolm Simmons. I think he might fit in nicely. And you look to the wide receivers next year here at the University of Alabama, I would imagine some transfer out for sure. But you got a pretty good nucleus coming back, right? I mean, the only wide receiver that you really lose is Jeremy Bernard, like officially. All the other guys are like speculative that they might leave or come back or whatever. But, I mean, look, true or false, were we excited about Rico Scott? Yeah, we were, right? He just hasn't played a lot because he's got guys on top of him. What, like, are we thinking he leaves? Are we like, are we done with Rico Scott? Are we done with like?
Yeah, that's the confusing part for me because like I was gonna say Malcolm Simmons, but like I'm just thinking of like a contested specialist, like an Isaiah Horton kind of guy. But like Nick Marsh is taller than all of them, so like I was wanting to bring him up because he is a really good contested specialist. So I was wondering like what would your thoughts be on that?
Yeah, I mean you do have your taller wide receiver, and I think like you always want to recruit your wide receiver room kind of like a basketball team, right? You want your taller wide receivers, your point guard type guys, like your slots. So. And maybe in that particular case, you watch what Isaiah Horton's going to do. Isaiah Horton's got to come back, and he's your bigger wide receiver. And I think he might emerge to a bigger role next year. Think about this wide receiver room. You got Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, Lazier Brooks, well, who fits in that fourth piece? Maybe Rico Scott grows into it. Maybe we finally see Jalen Hill. Maybe you get a transfer portal guy in there. Maybe it's Sedarian Morgan. As you can see, it's a really crowded room already. Like, you're talking about Marsh. Sedarian Morgan, that guy coming in, depending on his development and where he's at, maybe that's I'm calling him like a little baby Megatron type guy. He's big wide receiver. What is he, like 6'4", 225?
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be starting next year, 100%.
It's going to be it's going to be hard to keep him off the field, in my opinion. So that's what I'm saying. Is like the wide receiver room is crowded. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being. Thanks for calling in. Be safe on the road, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. All right, take it easy. Good questions. We got 770. Hey, thanks for calling in. You're online with Kyle Henderson. Who am I online with, and where are you calling in from?
This is me, Lucas, calling from Georgia.
Lucas, what's up, bro? Welcome into the show. Come with it, man.
What's up? I want to talk on both sides for a minute, King. I want to tell on the offensive side, I am happy with the addition to the receiver, but I know the reason people might have iffy opinions about our receiver coach. He was the coordinator for Auburn, but people are like, well, look at the quarterbacks. Their struggle. There was on the struggle bus. There was a struggle. They don't have good with the coordinator. But I will tell you this: if you go look at his history, he doesn't know how to work with the quarterbacks. He's worked with the running back, receivers, and nothing. If you look at it, there was no quarterbacks. So that should tell you right there. But he's coming in being the wide receiver coach. He's not going to be the coordinator for the quarterback. He's a receiver coach. So I like this hire. So I kind of like it too. So, but then on the defensive side, if you like the port additions, if we don't get no inside linebackers, like that's one position I am concerned after these three guys leave. But if we don't get anybody, maybe we might have to deal with what Nick Saban did a year ago and put maybe a a tackle in the middle and move your rest of your inside linebackers in the Husky position and move your tackles on the inside, because maybe go back to them days. Like, remember we used to have Quentin Williams, Damon Payne. They was coming up the middle. So you're doing just flopping them two guys around. And so that don't change nothing for Kane Womack. So you still have the same Kane Womack defense if you did it that way.
I think when I look to Alabama's defensive line and I look to Alabama's defense overall, and I know a lot of people are kind of curious about Jeremy Pruitt and what he's going to do now that a judge has blocked that show clause from the NCAA. People want Pruitt back. I think that Kane Womack is doing a great job as the DC, but I think it would be – somebody brought this up inside the comment box, and I'll get to your point here in a second, Luke. I'll tie it in. But someone was like, yo, look, we get it. If Womack is here as the DC with what he's doing with the swarm and how he's changed things up, we can't let Jeremy Pruitt go elsewhere and like coach at Georgia or coach at you know what I'm saying? So, and I think what they've been able to do within the defensive line, and I've been impressed with it, is while they don't get the most pass rush, I think they've have athletic guys that they've filled in that are still effective, like James Smith. And I do like James Smith. Tim Keenan, who's going to replace him? I think that's a really big question going into this next season. LT Overton, you're going to see some guys behind him, right? A Keon Keeley, a Jordan Renaud. But I've kind of, the little swarm has grown on me. The only thing that's bothering me, Lucas, is not a lot of pass rush. I feel that there's too many times that you're just rushing three. But then again, Alabama is ranked 6th in the nation against the pass. So, I mean, the defense is working. So maybe let's keep it intact. All right, you got anything else, man, before I move to my next caller?
Yeah, I want to say, I think for Tim Keenan, I think I know who's probably going to step up in that position. I got two guys, maybe London Simmons or what's that dude who stepped up? But he got hurt. He's hurt. He's out. But he did step up for Tim Keenan. But he got hurt. I think
Jeremiah Beeman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think he would step up for Tim Keenan. So you go on that part.
Yeah. All right,
but, man. I mean.
Go ahead, Lucas. Finish out, bro.
I'm done. I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
man. Well, thanks for calling in as usual, man. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks for calling in, Lucas.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lucas talking about the defensive line. Very important. He brings up Jeremiah Beeman. Beeman did step up. It was that first game, Florida State, when Tim Keenan was out. I mean, I think he did a good job, and I think kind of the future of Jeremiah Beeman is really high. He had actually put on some really good weight over the springtime. He was going to be a guy, and then just got a leg. We got Adam Lamparello again with the super chat. Appreciate you, Adam, man. Thank you so much, bro. Kyle, how prepared are Mack and Keelan Russell to come in and stabilize the offensive? I've been asking about this many different times. They better be ready. I would imagine they're ready at this point in time. Can you imagine if they're not? I'm going to be pissed off. So I think that these guys are capable. Clearly, Ty is the guy that they want running the show right now. I've asked, and it's a very sensitive subject. Every time we talk about quarterback changes, I get it. This starts wars. But what's going to start a war is if Alabama doesn't win this game, right? So at this point in time, is Keelan Russell really a freshman? No. He's a sophomore, okay? We're at December. He got here in January. He's been here a year. You better have grown up in a year. You better be able to be, taking reps against the one. Same thing with Austin Mack. And when those guys came in against Eastern Illinois, and I get it, that was probably one of the worst teams that we've seen in a while. All I looked at it as a practice. And I was really impressed with those guys, how they have developed from Eastern Illinois to the last time they played against Louisiana Monroe, right? I felt that those guys were capable. All eyes are on this. If Alabama's offense is struggling, do you make a change at halftime? And I don't know if he will. He's kind of rode that quarterback. Because what if the game is like 3-3 at halftime, right? What do? Just swap out another quarterback? What if it's just a defensive battle? And who's to say that Ty even struggles, right? What if, like Eric says, Ty threw for 326 last time. What if he throws for 350? So we're all watching that, man. It's something that's the biggest thing. We got 737. I think it's we got Mike, I think. Mike, what's up, man? Is that you?
Yes, it is, Kyle. How you doing this morning?
Where are you at, bro? Where are you in LA? Are you in Austin? Or where are you at? Somewhere in between? Meridian?
I'm in LA. Man. I'll be here through Christmas, and then I'll get back to Austin next year.
Okay.
Beginning of next year. But in LA for now, ready for the big game. It's going to be a major game. But the quick answer is, Kyle, if it's 3-3 at halftime, we're probably going to lose. That's just how I look at that. If it's 3-3 at halftime, I'm really going to be worried about that. But you asked your question earlier about approval rating for Kalen Deboer. And me personally, I'll give him an 8. And I know that's high for a lot of people, but this is why I'm going to give him an 8, Kyle, because going into the year, I said our goal was to go to the playoffs. We made the playoffs, and rightfully so, despite all the talk, object of the matter, rightfully so, we made the playoffs. We did that, and we have the number one recruiting class in the SEC coming in. And if you look at it, we pretty much have the number one recruiting class in the country. I mean, the only reason USC's higher is because they got like almost 40 people. It's a numbers game. But so I give Deboer an 8, and that Georgia game, man, the championship game, we got crushed. We got smoked. But nobody would have won that game, man. Nobody would have won there that day with them playing like that. And, because we tried, we just couldn't get it going. Couldn't get it going for different reasons. But anyway, so I give Deboer an 8. And as far as and all this talk about Deboer leaving Alabama, dude, really no telling what's going on. That, like you mentioned, that could be some kind of behind the scenes. That's how they negotiate this to get more money out of Alabama. And they're going to threaten to go to Penn State. They'll use that you got to have some kind of negotiating leverage. And half the time, that's what that is. But I don't think Deboer is ready to leave, man. I think he likes where he's at, the challenge he's got, the class he has coming in. He likes the roster, and I think and right now, dude, Michigan is a total disarray. Somebody's got to be crazy to take that job. They're in disarray from top to bottom, the whole school to everything. So, but I give Deboer an 8, man.
Yeah, this kind of comes at a good tie-in right here. Mike, I'll catch you on the other line, man. We'll talk to you again on Friday. Call back on Friday for the score prediction show. Thanks for calling in, Mike.
Sounds good, Cal. You take care, bud.
All right, yeah, good caller. He's down in He's down in the Dixie, right, for Christmas. It's Christmas in Dixie. It's snowing on the pond. Did anybody know that song? I love that Christmas song. It's one of my favorites. Alabama, right? Isn't that Alabama sings it? All right, so I asked on the Facebook channel, right? By the way, that Facebook channel is huge. I think we got 75,000 on it, or 76. It's crazy. So I asked, what's Coach Kalen Deboer's approval rating this morning? Here are some answers real quick, and then I'll take my next call. Hunter Floyd says 8.5. If Nick Saban was not the standard, we'd be happy. Miss the commitment to excellence in the process, but the NIL era is different monster. Even Saban struggled with. Oh, I like that point. Jeff says this, 7, because of the recruiting has been pretty good. I just got to see him willing to make a change when things are stalled on offense. Man, really good points right there. Charles says this, 8. I think he has improved from last year. I will say give this man a solid 4 years before you judge him thoroughly. Went 9-4 with the bowl loss, 10-3 conference championship appearance with the playoff berth. Number 4 recruiting class in the nation. He has kept us afloat. One more. Sean says 8.5. The guys have done a solid job recruiting as well. To the people that want him gone, I would love to know who you want to hire. There will never be another Saban, thanks to NIL. Yeah, I mean, good comments right there on Facebook. So if you aren't a member of the Facebook channel, definitely check it out. It's pretty action-packed all the time. Let's go back to the phone lines. We got 205. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Yeah, this is Kyle. This is KP for Fultondale.
Hey, KP, what's up, bro? I appreciate you calling in from Fultondale, man. Welcome to the show. Come with it.
Okay, no problem. Hey, I think, man, and I know I've been an Alabama fan ever since the 70s, and I've seen quarterbacks at Alabama for a long time. I think it's Ty Simpson. I think he's hurt. I think Alabama is lacking at the quarterback position, and I will start Austin Mack. Or if Ty Simpson, if he's struggling, I wouldn't wait till halftime. I will pull him out in the first quarter and go with another quarterback, man. But I think Ty Simpson is hurt, and I think they need to start another quarterback to make things different. You know what I'm saying? Because Oklahoma, they're not going to be looking at Austin Mack to play quarterback, you know, and Ty Simpson is hurt, man. I mean, he's hurt, and he's not going to admit it that he's hurt, but at the same time, that's what's killing Alabama. I mean, Ty Simpson, and he took a beating, and I'm not going to lie, he took a real beating this season, and he's hurt, man, and if he struggled 5 minutes in the first quarter, that tells me that they need to put another quarterback in.
Yeah, KP from Fultondale. You come out. Ty Simpson comes out, throws one incompletion, boom, gets the pull. I see what you're saying, KP, because I look at the
exactly right. If Ty Simpson come out at the beginning of the game and he throws a pick, that tells me right then that he ain't ready. We need to put another quarterback in.
I'll tell you this, KP, because last year he rode Milroe into the end. I think this time, if Ty Simpson does get on the struggle bus at some point during the game, I think he will make a change at quarterback because back is against the wall, right? And this offense has stalled for too long, and you need to win. This is a must-win game. I've already explained kind of what's at stake with the loss. There's a lot to do with brand integrity because you can't have a team like Oklahoma have 3 consecutive wins over a team like Alabama, right? It's just not good for the overall brand. Plus, I think there's other quarterbacks on this roster that at least deserve a shot to get the job done. I mean, my goodness, this offense is struggling. Specifically, if you imagine everybody's healthy and the offense is still struggling, well, that's on your quarterback. That's on your offensive line. That's on Ryan Grubb. Something needs to change. So, no, I appreciate the call, KP. Thanks for calling in, man. And
then I got one more question.
Finish out, KP. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, and another thing, I would let Austin Mack play quarterback because you know what? He know everything about Ryan Grubb and Kalen Deboer. I mean, it's obvious that it don't take a rocket science to figure that out because he know the West Coast offense because that's what Ryan Grubb is running. He's running the West Coast offense, and the only somebody know that is Austin Mack.
Thanks for calling in, KP. I appreciate it, bro. We'll catch up with you next time. All right, KP out from Fultondale calling in. I just asked you inside the comment box, who do you think the number 2 quarterback is? You think it's Austin Mack? And okay, I get it. A lot of people didn't agree with what KP was saying. I get some quarterback conversations go sideways all the time. With that said, I do look at the way that, and it's just a small data point, and it really probably doesn't even mean much. But the way that Alabama's offense moved against Eastern Illinois in the third quarter. Do you remember this? It was going. It was different. It just seemed like it was running. Okay. Now, Eastern Illinois, you can't even take volume from that. But these guys haven't played, right? Has there been a quarterback this year that has played against SEC competition other than Ty Simpson? I don't think so, right? So, and going against Oklahoma's defense, like that's tough. But as KP says, Oklahoma wouldn't be ready for somebody like Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. It's a tough one. Ryan Harris wants John Gazzaniga out there. Does everybody know who that is? John Gazzaniga, Alabama's 6'7", 250-pound quarterback. I think he might be put on scholarship next year, right? I mean, shoot, you could have 105 guys out there. All right, we go back to the phone lines, 346.
Yes, please.
Yeah, hey, thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
It's Jake Pensacola.
Oh, Jay, what's up, bro? I appreciate you calling in. Hey, update us. Are you safe?
Yes, I'm back rolling now.
All right. Hey, so explain to us real quick what happened to you out on the road, and I'll bring the photo up as I can.
So I was driving slow. I just woke up the morning of my birthday, and I started driving, and traffic, you could barely see in front of you. And you can barely see in front of you. So traffic came to a standstill immediately, and to where I had traffic at standstill, I had to swerve on the side just to keep from hitting another truck. And then as I swerved to the side, it was a van right there in front of me. So as I swerved to the side, I missed the van and I missed the truck, but I went into the ditch. I didn't tilt over, so that's a blessing. I didn't tilt over. I didn't hit nobody. I didn't dance my truck, so I didn't damage any property. So that was a blessing right there.
And you're on your way now to Nevada, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, good. Well, we're glad you're safe, bro. This photo is crazy. But before I ask you, is this your truck, the navy blue truck right here to the left that's like slid out?
Yes.
Wow,
yes,
that's crazy, man. I'm glad you're okay. That's terrifying. Okay. All right, Jay. Well, we're glad you're okay. We're glad the truck is good. Little swerve off to the outside, but we're back in the game, man. So come with it. Welcome to the show.
Kyle, imagine this. Imagine Ty Simpson comes out, trips and fall, they take him out the game. They just trip and fall. Imagine it. I'm sorry, I had to post one. I do believe I'm very optimistic when it comes to this team. I am every week. Especially with this game. I feel like this team will do good. I do feel like I feel like they're healthier. I mean, not 100%, but I do feel like because they're healthier, I feel like we will perform better, in my opinion. With Darren Miller, I think when it comes to the running game, we ran good against Oklahoma the first time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we would need another Darren Miller in the Auburn game. We need one of those Darren Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Will we get that? Because he's not 100%. Darren Miller's a fighter, he's a fighter, so I think he's gonna fight to the end. As far as the wide receivers, they need to catch the ball.
Yeah.
He need to catch the ball. He need to catch the ball.
100%.
So, I mean,
They do, man. And look, I get it. The deep ball isn't there, but isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day, free ride when you're already paid. Anybody know that song? Okay, so the ironic thing is when Ty has delivered the ball, the guys have dropped it, like the touchdown pass. Isaiah Horton dropped one. That we haven't talked about. I don't know if it's out there, but that scramble that Ty had with a broken back, how he was able to get out of all of that and throw it downfield. That was one of the craziest scrambles that I've seen in a minute. And he put it right on the money, and Jeremy Bernard dropped it. And, you know, it was interesting. Jeremy Bernard said it was because of the lights at the stadium. A lot of people have said the lights at that stadium make it a little bit tough to catch. But come on, that you're going to be there on Sunday soon, right, at the Falcon Stadium. So you got to be able to play. Like, you got to be able to catch regardless. What else you got, Jay?
what I was gonna say. I feel like so let me ask you this: do you think the wide receiver, like, would you say at this point the only person on that has the best hands besides Josh Cuevas is Adam Cole? I'm not Adam Cole. Adam Cole.
Cole Adams. I got you.
I'm saying Cole Adams. My bad. I said it back. My bad.
No, I like that name. His name works frontwards and backwards, right? I have a buddy like that.
Right.
His name is Clay Scott. People call him, Scott Clay. I get what you're saying. I think the best hands on the team right now, it might be Josh Cuevas. I think Josh Cuevas, that's why you guys voted him the number one, X factor along with the other guys that are listed, is because Josh Cuevas has turned into somebody who's you know what? I'd have to look at it. I don't know how many drops Cuevas has. He's been dependable. Like,
he had one.
Does he have, right?
I'm gonna say he had like one or two. He had one or two. But for the whole season, he's been on point. He's been money the whole season.
And he doesn't have like a lot of volume. I don't think he's been targeted like 50 times or anything like that. But the guy catches the ball. So maybe that's why people are hyped up about him. All right, Jay, I appreciate it, man. Be safe on the road to Nevada. And glad you're safe overall, bro.
Appreciate it, Kyle. Love you, Kyle. God's the greatest.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. See, that's why Jay was taken care of. All right. He's spiritually tightened up. All right, 405. Hey, thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
This is Black.
What's up?
What's going on with you, Kyle?
What's up, Black? Where are you calling out of?
I'm out of Charlotte. I'm out of Charlotte, North Carolina right now. I'm a truck driver. You know how it is out here in these streets between that mayonnaise and mustard.
Yeah, man. I told you, just like Jay, our last caller, he slid off.
Hey, shout out to him, too. Yeah, I already know what he's going through.
100%, man. And we got Timmy just called in earlier, too. Yeah, it was his birthday like 4 days ago. That's when he went off the road. He went off the road on his birthday, I think, which is crazy. So anyways, glad he's okay.
Grace, like you said. God's grace, like you said.
So what's up, Black? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. Check it out, though. You know I'm from Oklahoma City, and we got to get this one. Mm-hmm. If we don't get – listen, first of all, we can't lose 3 times to Oklahoma in 13 months. What are we talking about? Hey, what are we talking about? You hear me? Listen, Kyle, I wanted this, though. I wanted this rematch. I wanted this. This is what I wanted. And it's on a Friday night. I heard they shutting down Norman. I heard Norman is shut down. On Friday, they're shutting everything down. Kids is out of school, the whole 9, right? Well, I'm trying to spoil that. I want their fans leaving at halftime. And listen, Taylor's Deboer second year, I'm taking it. I am taking it. I'm taking it. I'm telling you, I'll give him a 9. Mike gave him an 8. I give him a 9. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Listen, if Ty is hurt, I agree with you guys. Let's get him out of there. Let's get A-Mac in. Let's see if he really a Mac. Can he Mac down that defense? You feel me? Listen, I agree with you. That Ty Simpson scramble during the SEC championship, crazy work. crazy work, man. Put it right there. Even that pass to what's his name? Ryan Williams that he dropped.
It was right there.
Oh my God.
It went through his. What was scary about that is it didn't even touch his hands. That's what was. It was like he had, like a basketball right through.
Yeah, it was like a delayed reaction of them trying to cuff it. I'm like, what's going on?
I know.
What's going on? But listen, I think we got it though. You know, at the end of the day, I think we got it. I think we're gonna prepare. But listen, here's another thing though. I need Ryan Grubb in his Army backpack. I need him in his duffel bag. I need him in every bag. I need him in the baseball bag, the deepest bag. He need to pull out all the tricks. Whatever tricks he got, he need to pull them out. I'm ready.
Man,
that defense bringing it.
Let me ask you, Black. Have you ever, throughout all the football that you've watched, have you ever seen a coach have more tricks than Grubb?
I haven't. And listen, I'm not a trick guy. I can't stand those tricks. I think that I'm not a trick guy, but I need him this Friday. I need you to pull him out this Friday, though.
I'm down. I'm down with it too. I'm down with it too. Look. Let's just whatever we got to do. We're winning this game, and that's just it. So unload the bag and let's roll with it. 100%. What else you got? Anything else before I move on, man?
Hey, I don't have nothing else. Shout out to my Roll Tide fans. Listen, Cal Hendon, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm telling you.
I appreciate it.
You keep doing what you're doing. Waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, putting out that wake up Bama. Y'all need to tune in. Let's get these likes up. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you are it. You are IT. You are it.
I appreciate it, man. And you are him. All right, man. I appreciate it. High impact, man. Thanks for calling in, Black. I appreciate the call. Be safe on the road, man.
All right.
Good call. That's that type of energy, right? I mean, it's infectious. That's why, like, when I start the podcast off every single day, true story, I listen to it, right? And it even got me, like, pumped up. And I was like, whoa, so I even got a little bit of juice from it. So I hope that positivity can kind of carry over into your day, right? There's nothing better than starting your day off on a positive note. 100%. You ever tried on a negative? Don't go there. So, like, be positive, be optimistic. It's a much better life to, be on that path. I promise you. But we are at the top of the hour, so I appreciate you guys. If I didn't get to your calls, don't hold it against me. You can call back again on Friday when we will take your score prediction calls. You have another opportunity to hear from Coach Kalen Deboer today at 1 p.m. I'm going to be on that call. I'll probably chop up kind of the best of Coach Kalen Deboer from today and bring that to you as I see fit. And then, of course, as news happens, there's always news dropping. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that the notifications are turned on, that you run the thumbs up as much as you can. If you're interested to become a fan funder, we really appreciate that. Just hit that join button. Super chats, certainly appreciate it. Adam Lamparello, big day for him today, which I really appreciate. And then you can follow us on our social media channel, which is our Facebook page. So, so much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the back streets. All right. So you never know. Just kidding. I'm seeing someone about it. All right. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. More news as it's available right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Have a blessed day. Be where your feet are at. A couple more days. You know what? I'm so excited that we have the game on Friday as opposed to Saturday. You get to Friday, I can't wait. It's like now you get a game on Friday. So this will be our first watch along on Friday night. I can't wait. I appreciate you guys one more time as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Until next time, thanks for watching.